Hey guys, and welcome to the start of a brand new season. I'm Coach Jay. So I know we come from a bunch of different teams. Some kids from inside the program, some kids outside the program, but you're all new to my team. So I want to get everyone on the same page. Okay. So couple things right off the bat. What I look for is a lot of effort for my team. I say all the time, the hardest working team wins. And hardest working breaks down to two things: it's effort and execution. When you're on the ice, I want your shifts to be short, 30 to 45 seconds, absolutely tops. Okay, but I want you to skate as hard as you possibly can for those 30 to 45 seconds. Get off, let the next line on, and they skate for as hard as they as possibly can. Okay, effort, max effort. And then execution, you play your positions to the best of your ability. You read and react to what's happening on the ice, and you help each other out by communicating. Okay, when we do that, we'll be very successful. One of the things that you'll learn very quickly is if you're not giving me effort or if you're being a selfish player, it's really going to get to me. So Paul Kennedy from the Wizards junior team, he has an expression that I borrowed. I used to coach with Paul a while ago, and his expression was palms up, butts down. And what that means, look, hockey is a game of mistakes. Okay, you now say right now, you are hereby given permission to make a mistake. They're going to happen. I accept it. It's part of the game. Whatever. I don't really care about the mistake. I care about your reaction to the mistake. So, if you say turn over the puck and you throw your palms up in the air, or you slam your stick, or you stare at the ceiling, you slump your shoulders, I'm going to sit you down. Your butt's going to be on the bench, right? You're going to miss your shift. You're probably going to miss your next shift because that is a selfish play. Now, if you turn the puck over, what I want you to do is turn and skate. Maybe you can break up the kid. Maybe you get into a passing lane. Maybe you just pick up another body. But if nothing else, you show your teammates that it's not about you. It's about us. Okay, and that's the important thing. It's about us, not you. Okay, I don't care who puts the puck in the net as long as the puck gets into the net. It's team effort. Okay, so so since the beginning of the year, I don't have any live game clips. I am going to ask some of the parents to record some of the games so that in the future I can show live game footage, and then I can kind of illustrate the good and the bad that we did in games to kind of reemphasize our strategies. If you happen to see yourself in a clip, either negatively or positively, I'm not singling any one kid out. If it's a kid doing something that isn't great, it's more that I want to show the team areas to improve. I'm not singling a particular player out for something that she did wrong. It's how do we make sure that whatever that behavior was or that action was doesn't happen again to any player. And if I show a player doing something great, it's not that I'm singling out my favorite player. I don't play favorites. I inevitably I'll end up having favorites because, it's just, it happens. But just because I may happen to have favorites doesn't mean I play favorites. I don't have a kid on the team. I play the players who deserve to play. Okay, and conversely, if you're not playing particularly well, uh, maybe not giving me max effort. If it's a late and tight situation, you're not going to hit the ice. If you're not back checking, then late and tight in games, you're not going to get ice. But my rule is I just try to roll lines. Okay, I want everyone to get as much ice as possible. However, I do reserve the right to change rotations in the final 2 minutes of a game or in special team situations, power play, penalty kill, and those that ice time is going to come down to the effort put forward by the players on the bench, right? So the kids who are really working hard, the kids who are really back checking, those kids are going to be on the ice late and tight in games. Okay, so if it's a 1 goal game and there's 45 seconds left, and the next line up has like a kid who really has not been back checking all day, well, that kid's not going to go on the ice. I got a kid down the bench who's been flying all day. That kid's going to go out on the ice. Okay. However, if everyone's flying, then I'm just going to roll lines. Okay, because I want you all to improve. I want everyone to get to play in all the situations because this is training you guys for the future. And part of that training is learning that there are consequences for not giving effort. Okay, if you're not skating in high school, you're not going to play. But so that starts here with this team. If you skate hard, you give me your effort, you work for each other and with each other, you're going to get ice, and we're just going to roll lines. Okay, so that's a whole lot of preamble. So let's kind of get into this. Quickly, terminology. So in the defensive zone, there's left wing, right wing, center, left D, right D, right? And designated positions, and everyone's got designated roles and responsibilities and coverages on in the defensive zone. Once we get out of the defensive zone, get into the neutral zone, and especially in the offensive zone, we designate our forwards as F1, F2, F3. F1 is the forward with the puck or the closest one to the puck. F2 is the next closest forward. F3 is the trailer. And we use that designation because you're not limited to one particular area of the ice. Okay, I want everyone to have free range to move around the zones. Okay, the key is that we stay within a structure, but just because we're in a structure does not mean that the left wing can't end up in the right corner. Okay, if that's what the triangle calls for, then that's where the kid goes. So once we get out of the defensive zone, you're not a wing or a center anymore, unless it's a face-off. You're just a forward. You're F1, you're F2, you're F3. Defensemen are strong side and weak side D. Now, when I say strong side and weak side, what I mean is the side of the ice where the puck is the strong side. Okay, so if the puck is on the left side, then the defenseman on the left side is the strong side D, and the right D is the backside or weak side D. Okay, so and I say that because you guys can scissors at the blue line. You'll be cycling with the forwards. There's a lot of movement that's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to play a very fluid style of hockey, but there is a structure, and we will get into it. But there's a lot of movement. So with that said, let me start sketching stuff out. Okay, so let's start with our defensive zone coverage. So let's say there's a puck here in the corner, and they've got a forward on the puck. What we want is our right D. This is the right side of the ice. We want our right D to be engaged in a one-on-one battle with this kid. Okay, and what that defenseman is trying to do is literally pin the girl to the glass. Okay, and by pin I mean I want the defenseman to put her leg in between the legs of the forward and stick her to the glass. I mean stick. I mean we will play a physical style of hockey. Okay, and I will tell them, I'll tell them again and again, we are not here to make friends. We are here to win games. So, so this battle is happening, and we're looking for that pin. Our center, who's just off of the play, is sitting there waiting and watching what's happening. Now, when this pin happens, our center's going to come in and pick up the puck. But the center is off of the play for a couple of reasons. One, we don't want the center and the D to both be engaged here, because if they lose this battle, let's say like the center's down on this side, so the D here, center here, and we lose the battle, all of a sudden this kid walks out and has a clear line to the net. That is bad. Okay, so we don't want to have that happen. We want to have layers of defense. So if the forward beats the D, there's a center back there to help out. Now, that said, if the battle is lost, so this kid starts skating out this way, their center's going to rotate down and engage, and our defenseman's going to rotate back and become center. Okay, same if she comes up the boards this way, our center's going to engage, our D is going to rotate back and become center. Okay. For also on the strong side, you have a wing. Okay, and our wing is in between the puck, and their defenseman, and she's there for a couple of reasons. One, she's taking away this direct pass. If the pass is going to be made, it's got to be indirect. Okay, and if that indirect pass is made, then our wing is going to come out and challenge the shooting lane, the stick side of the defenseman. Okay, don't challenge the body. That doesn't do any good. All you're doing is creating a screen for your goalie. Challenge the stick of the defenseman, get in the shooting lane, and deflect the puck. She's also at the hash mark level, this level right here, because this is a very special part of the ice. We call that the seam. The seam is that area in between where the defenseman and the wings range, right? And that's an area that can be exploited, and we will exploit. But we want to make sure that it's not exploited on us. So we're going to keep our wings at the hash mark level when the puck is below the hash marks. So if this kid wins his battle, right, and starts skating up the ice this way, what we don't want to have happen is the wing drop out. If she comes all the way up here, I want the wing to engage. Okay, and if the wing engages, then our center then is just off waiting to see what happens. And again, our wing is trying to stick the kid to the glass. Well, we don't want to have it again. This kid backing out, and then this kid come through the seam. Okay, layers of defense here. Now on the backside, our default position for our backside D, or our left D in this situation, is the back post. Default position for the backside wing is back hash marks. Again, so this wing's at the hash marks, so again, we've got the seam kind of accounted for. Now, they're here as a default position so that everything is happening in front of these kids. Okay, we want to make sure that we see what's happening so that when a kid comes into the slot, we can pick this kid up. Okay, we can engage. Now, as I say, it's the default position, but what we don't want to have is this scenario right here where we've got two kids standing here watching and one kid is open here. When this kid comes into the slot, we go out and engage right here so that this kid's picked up. But we never want to have happen is the scenario where we've got a kid who's open and kids who are watching. And if it was the other way around, that's bad as well, where if we had our D and our wing kind of here, and then they had a kid open here, that's bad, because as soon as, if this kid could come up and create a lane, make it pass through, this kid's open, right? That's bad. Okay, so default position, back post, back hash marks, and then as soon as a kid comes into the slot, we're going to pick up the puck. We're going to pick up the body, and again, these two, I want a lot of communication, pointing and talking. Okay, communication is huge. I want these guys to be obnoxiously loud on the ice, and I'll tell them again and again. I don't care if the other team hears you. As a matter of fact, I want the other team to hear you because that means you guys all hear each other. And we can draw them a picture. As long as you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing, they can't stop you. Okay. When that pin happens, we win the puck. D is going to drop down. When we have clear possession of the puck in the defensive zone, I want a D to drop down to become an outlet pass. Wing, get over to your hash marks. Okay. So we're going to go pick up the puck. We're going to go down to the D, out to the wing, center. You're going to break. So then wing, you can go either indirect off the boards or direct to the wing, to the center to make your pass. Backside wing, I want you driving to here. And again, we can go from the center, we can go indirect or direct to this wing. Okay. At that point, we become our forwards, we become F1, F2, F3, and we begin our break-in. So let's talk about our break-in. So, where we left off, we had a forward who was here. That's going to be F1. She's got the puck. We've got F2, and our trailer is F3. They're heading up the ice. F1. Now, assume that their defensemen have dropped out, which is what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so it's a 3-on-2. F1, we want to take the puck wide, and I mean wide, and that's going to cause this defenseman to skate down. F2 drives strong to the back post, and that's going to cause this defenseman to come down. F3, top of the circles, okay, and I want this forward here, to have two hands on her stick on the ice, and be ready to shoot. Now, F1, if you can beat this kid clean, then go to the net, take your shot. Okay, that's your first look. F2 drives to the back post. If you can hit this kid, throw it over to F2, tap in for a goal. But most likely it's F3 who's going to be the one that's open. So F2, after you drive to that back post, readjust yourself so that you get in front of the net. Okay, and you're going to be looking for a tip, screen, or rebound. F3, don't be surprised when you get the puck. This puck's going to come back. Put this puck, take a good shot. Okay. F1 drive, F1 wide, F2 drive back post, and then readjust yourself. F3 top of the circles, high. Okay, and be ready to shoot the puck. And just for fun, I'm going to go the other direction now, because I like to change things up. Now, what happens if F1, when she comes down, she gets forced wide, but has to actually wrap around the net? There's absolutely nothing wrong with wrapping around the net. Okay, absolutely nothing at all wrong with that. F2, actually everyone else just has to adjust. So F2 initially drove to the back post. Well, when she sees the wrap, she's got to readjust herself to the back to the new back post. Okay, and then F3, who initially came to the top of the circles, has to readjust herself over this way. And again, F2, after you hit the back post, move yourself back out to kind of in front of the net. So, and what does that allow us to do? So she comes in. If she's clean, she can walk in, take that shot. She can look for F2 on the back post. She can again look for F3. And let's not forget about our defensemen. Our defensemen who've come into the zone late will have to readjust. So obviously they came in on this side because that's where the break-in happened, but they'll readjust over. So F1 on the wrap can hit a D or hit backside D, and then we can look for that shot. So again, so now something for shooting. Forwards. For your whole life, you've been told, hit the net, hit the net, hit the net. In my experience, when you tell kids to hit the net, hit the net, hit the net, what you're telling them is to hit the goalie. Put the puck right in the middle of the goal so that you put the puck on net, you can't get yelled at. Well, if you hit the goalie in the logo, that does us no good. Okay, if you have to put a puck on, if you just have to randomly put a shot on net, hit the pads. Okay, so we're looking for a rebound. But really, what I'm looking for is shoot to score. Okay, snipe corners, look 5-hole. Okay, look for those little holes. Don't hit the goalie in the logo. Again, if you just have to put the puck on net, and there's nothing wrong with just putting the puck on net, but if you're putting the puck on net, hit her in the pads so there's a rebound. That's why we got a kid over here in the back post. If it's off the pads, we have a kid here who can tap it back in. Okay, but if you have the opportunity to shoot for a corner, shoot for the corner. If you miss the net, okay, you missed the net. Here's the difference. D, I will tell you guys, hit the net. Okay, and why do I say that? It's because when the puck comes back to the D, our forwards are going to go to the front of the net, and they're there for tips, screens, and rebounds. So we want to make sure that the puck gets actually on net. Okay, let me just clean this up just a little bit. So I have a D, I have a D, I have a forward, I had a forward, and I had a forward. This was on the wrap, right? So when this puck comes back to the D, or goes to this D, we're going to get our forwards down to the net. So I need our D to make sure that this puck gets on net so that these guys are able to do something with it. It doesn't do us any good if the puck comes wide, and worse from over here if you miss the net. This way, it's going to come out of the zone. Okay, so D, even if you have to take something a little bit off the shot to get it on net, these guys, I want the puck on net. And on top of that, I want what we call ankle busters, 6 inches to a foot off the ice, so it's hard for the goalie to see. It's down by the skates, but those are shots that the forwards can tip. Okay, and then if it actually gets through, it's going to hit it's going to hit a pad, so there's a rebound. So we want ankle busters from the blue line and put the puck on net. Okay. All right, now that we've broken the puck in, let's establish the offensive zone. So I have a couple of basic rules. When the puck is above the goal line, we're going to end up with 2 above the goal line, 1 below. When the puck is below the goal line, we're going to end up with 2 below and 1 above. So let's draw that out. So let's talk about our offensive zone. We'll have, when a kid has a puck, we have a couple of simple rules. When the puck is above the goal line, we have 2 above and 1 below. This gives us a triangle. Okay, we love the triangle. From this formation, we can give and go. We can cycle. We can kind of one-time it. And cycling, we have got a drop cycle and a scissor cycle, and we'll get into all that. So, but as a basic structure, rule 1, puck's above the goal line, 2 above, 1 below. When the puck is below the goal line, 2 below, 1 above. Again, a triangle. Okay? And this forward who's above has got to make sure that she's in a clear line of sight with the kid with the puck. Okay? Here's a quick aside. If the puck is here, if I have a forward standing here, okay, She is not open. This kid is not open. I don't care how much space she's standing in, she's not open. Because here is a net. If there's someone or something in between you and the kid with the puck, you're not open. You've got to move. You've got to find a lane. Okay? So, puck's below the goal line, two below, one above. So, let's go back a little bit. So, when we're here, forward, forward, forward. Next rule. If you make a pass to a stationary kid, give and go. So we make this pass down here. Make this pass down. She's going to break. We are then going to look to give this puck back to take this shot. Okay? And, of course, this kid has to adjust herself as well. She's got to move a little bit. Let's go back. We can also, out of this formation, do what I call a scissor cycle. If this kid skates down, then this kid will skate back, and we can leave a drop pass back. Now, what just happened? Well, essentially the puck has stayed in the same spot, or is back in the same spot, but you've created confusion in the defensive zone. There was a kid following this forward. When this forward skates down, the defenseman went down with her. There's a scissor cycle that happens, and now the puck has come back up. From this position, she can either attack the seam if that's open. She can make the pass across to this forward. She can hit the backside D. She can hit the front side D. Okay. But we've created confusion. We love confusion in the defensive zone or the offensive zone. We can also do out of this a drop cycle. So she starts skating, and then this one would follow. This one would move down, right? And we leave a cycle pass back, right? And again, the kid who's following is now out of position. All of a sudden, this one is now open, and puck has kind of come back here. And again, we can then make a pass through the seam, curl, take the shot, hit one of your D. Okay. Movement creates time and space. Never forget that. We can also scissor cycle with the defenseman. So, if this forward comes up the boards, this defenseman comes down the boards, and we leave a drop pass. Again, the kid who was covering here is followed and is now out of position because now this defenseman has the puck. At this point, this forward is now going to act as D. So I'm going to say FD because she's a forward who's now the defenseman. The defenseman is now kind of a defenseman who's now a forward. Yeah, right. So this defenseman is now acting as a forward, and she will stay a forward until they rotate back. The key is that the forward who cycled with her has got to stay at the blue line. So just because you're a defenseman does not mean that you're not going to spend time in the low zone. That's not even close. When we cycle, you're going to end up down low. Just because you're forward doesn't mean you're not going to be in the blue line. Again, it's going to happen. Okay, we're going to do a lot of rotations. Not just when we have the puck, but as our forecheck, you will see this as well. That defensemen are going to come down into the zone, and that means forwards are going to rotate back. Okay, so in this scenario, we can go up the boards, scissor cycle down, and then defenseman you can attack through the seam. You can make a pass to this forward. You can make this pass to this forward, and again you can go give and go. We could cycle up. You can cycle up the boards. She can come down the boards, and then at this point she can make a pass to the forward who's low, and come across and get the puck back, right, and take a shot. There's not a set offense, but we're working within a framework, and that framework has the rules of this. We always want to have a triangle, and the triangle is so that we've got someone with the puck, somebody in support, somebody in attack. If the kid with the puck skates at you, you skate at her. If the kid with the puck skates away from you, you follow. Okay. If you make a pass to a stationary person, give and go. Okay. And finally, just because we're in the structure doesn't mean we stay here, right? I want to see movement. So movement with and without the puck. So 2 above, 1 below turns into 2 below, 1 above. It turns into, it cycles. I mean, it's just, I don't want robots. I don't want kids just standing still in 5 spots. I want to create movement. I want to create misdirection, and then I want to see a lot of pressure. And I touched on it, but one more time. When the puck comes back to the point, if it's just a direct pass to the point, forwards, go to the net. Okay, and then D, walk the blue line to create a lane, because you're going to have a wing coming at you. Walk the blue line to create a lane, and then put the puck on net, and forwards are in front to look for tip screens and rebounds. Okay? And now we will move on to we did break in. We will now do face-offs. So we're going to start with defensive zone face-offs. And here's one really important thing to remember. This is a mindset. Every single defensive zone draw is ours. That's the mindset. Every single one is ours. And how are we going to accomplish that? Well, we've got our center. This is on the right side. So this is a right D. We've got the right wing, who's slightly in the circle. Left wing, left D. Okay. Now, as soon as this puck is dropped, here, this wing, the one who's slightly in the circle, is going to come straight through. And I want her in the circle. It's the only time I'm ever going to tell you guys to cheat is on these face-offs, get in the circle. Okay? So as soon as that puck is dropped, she's coming through. She's coming through for a couple of different reasons. In the event they win the draw, okay, she's coming straight through and can steal the puck. When she steals it, she's reading the opposing D. If that defenseman is kind of at the boards, then she's going to cut up. If that defenseman is more in, she can go indirect around the defenseman and then cut up, catch it on the other side. Okay? But she's cutting through the circle, and is going to steal the puck if they actually win it. And of course, once she steals it, the backside wing is reading this and is going to take off. Okay. So, but oh, and to continue that, they're probably going to have a wing. They'll have a kind of a wing. They'll have a D, and they'll have a D. Okay. So if we lose the draw, puck comes back, and our wing is unable to steal it, well, then we're going to try to establish the defensive zone. So the right D has got a wing. Okay. The left wing is going to hold until the puck comes to her side. Now, she already has a kid in the slot. Now, if this kid stays here, then she's going to have to lock onto this kid. If this kid comes down, which is probably what's going to happen, then the D picks her up. This wing is reading what's happening. When this puck goes across, then the wing will come out and challenge. Okay, but I don't want the wing to automatically come out and challenge until we know what's going to happen. I want the slot counted for. But if it does go across, yeah, she's coming up. But what we're trying to do, obviously, is win the puck. And when we win the puck back to the corner, this D is going to come down and get the puck. This D is coming down for support. This wing's coming to the hash marks. Okay, and the center is going to loop. So, and then this wing is going to break again on this angle. So we want to go puck back to the corner, D to D, to wing. Again, we can go indirect to the center or direct to the center. Center can go indirect to the wing or direct to the wing. And then, of course, we're in our break-in. So wide, F1, back post, F2, top of the circle, F3. Okay? Defensive zone face-off. But remember, every single one is ours. Okay, offensive zone face-off. Again, I'm going to use the same end of the ice. I keep using the side of the ice because it's just easier. You guys can't see it when it actually renders, but there's a toolbar that appears on the left side of the screen, so it's harder for me to draw kind of down below the goal line on this side of the ice, so I keep using this side. Okay, so we will put in multiple face-offs, but let's just start with a simple one. We have a center, we've got our wing, we've got a wing, we've got a D, who's kind of over by the boards, and then backside defenseman who is lined up, it's hard to draw, on the near post initially. Okay, now what's going to happen? When this puck gets won back, ideally what's going to happen is this wing's coming through and is going to one-touch it off to this D. At the same time, this wing is curling underneath to go to the near post, to the post. Center's going to go to the post. And I wanted this defenseman lined up on the near post because if they match up a wing on this D, the wing is focused where she is, then the puck starts moving. As soon as we win this draw, I want you to fan out slightly so that you're more back post now. The wing who was lined up on you is no longer in your shooting lane. Assuming everything is clean, we're going to go D to D, and then you're going to take your shot. That's ideal. Okay, so it's wing comes through, one touches it over the D, one touches it out to the other D, take the shot, we've got two forwards at the net. Of course, that's best case scenario, and we know that best case scenario doesn't always happen. So, let's say the draw comes back and it's kind of jammed in there. It doesn't come out cleanly. Okay. So again, our center's taking off and our wing is taking off. This one who picks up the puck can curl. Okay. And once she's done that, she can either make her pass across, make a pass across, or really what's going to happen is this wing drops down and we're back down in our triangle offense. Right? We have F1, we've got someone with the puck, somebody in support, somebody in attack. Okay? That's one option if it fails. D. D. What happens if the puck comes back? We get it, but it's kind of bobbled. Again, she goes this way. It's not clean. This puck comes here. Or their opposing wing has gotten into this lane here. Okay, if that happens, if either of those happens, if this isn't clean or there's someone who's come through the lane, we do not want this pass to happen. Do not want this pass to absolutely 100% do not want the pass to happen. This D has got to read if there's someone coming through and scream no, 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 no. This is where the communication comes in. No, 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 no. Okay? Because, well, obviously it's a breakaway if that pass happens. Verbal. Obnoxiously loud. No. What do we do then? Well, we can do a couple things. One, this D here can just shoot the puck. Or this D can come down the boards and act as if it was a scissor cycle. So if this D comes down the boards, becomes F1. This wing who's come through, this wing here who's come through, will go up and play. Will take the D spot. Okay, and then once that's happened, of course, this wing would drop down, and again we have our triangle. We've got a kid's puck, support, attack. Okay, I know there's a lot of lines there, but the idea is that in the event of a problem, we adjust to what's happening. Okay, what we do not do is throw blind passes through the middle with kids coming through. Right. So this D can come down the boards, become a forward. This wing can drop down. This kid can go to attack. This one can come over. Okay. That works. Okay. And as I said, the other option is this D can just shoot the puck. If she's got a lane, she can shoot the puck. Absolutely nothing wrong with shooting the puck because we've got these guys who are heading at the net. Now, she's coming, this wing here actually does double duty. One, she's coming through and looking for that puck. But remember in our defensive draw, we had a wing here who was coming through, right? So part of the job of this wing is also to box this kid out. She wants to come through, get the puck, one touch it across, and act as a screen. And I don't mean interfere with her. I just mean beat her in that foot race to the puck. So, as I said, in the defensive zone, I wanted this wing in the circle. I want this wing in the circle too. Because this wing has got to make sure that this wing doesn't steal the puck. Okay, so it's double duty here. Get through the circle in a hurry. One touch it across. Make sure it's clean. On that clean win, fan, pass, shot. Okay, but what happens if they win the draw? Puck goes back. Well, as I already said, this kid is already curling underneath, right? So if they win the draw, we're already into a forecheck. Just depends on where the puck goes. If they win the puck back, well, she's coming there. If they win the puck all the way to the corner, well, the wing would have to read that and just readjust and go down and attack the puck, right? But she's already in that position that if they win the draw, she's already in attack position. Okay? So we just then turn into a forecheck and attack the puck. Okay, now we're going to get into my pride and joy. I love this. It's our forecheck. So we have F1, F2, F3. Puck goes in deep. Their D has it. So F1, who is the forward with the puck or the closest one to it, so in this case the first forward in the zone, is going to take what we call an inside-out route, meaning she's going to cut this ice in half and pressure the defenseman. So F1 there. Now, it's an inside-out. She's coming from the inside of the zone, turning this defenseman out, as opposed to outside-in, where she's coming from the outside and forcing this defenseman back towards the middle. Usually you see like outside in, if you're doing like a 2-1-2, you got one kid coming this way and either one kid coming this way or one coming this way and one coming straight down, but you're preventing them from getting to the outside. In 1-2-2, it's inside out. Okay, so cut this ice in half and then put pressure on the D. F2 is going to go to the hash marks. Okay, and actually just below their wing, wherever their wing is, we're right there with her, so that if the pass happens, we can steal it. F3, top of the circle, high. Okay, and then of course our D come in, boom, and boom. Okay, so that's the basic structure. Let me erase some of these lines. Okay, so now that we're in this position, what are we doing? F1, her job is pressure this D. If she can steal the puck from the defenseman, great. But that's really not her main objective. But if she can do it, great. Put pressure, cut the ice in half, keep the defenseman from being able to go to the other side. F2, look to steal that pass. F3, you've got a couple duties here. If this defenseman decides to skate, you're going to step down and attack. Okay. If there's a looping center coming through and this pass happens, then you're going to attack. Okay. And then of course, if we steal the puck, this pass happens, and they steal the puck, then you're going to drive to the net, and we're going to look to give that puck back to you. Okay, for like kind of a give and go, but really it's just a drive to the net. Okay. Now on the front side of this is a 1-2-2, right? So it's one and then two forwards at this level, and then 2D back here. Okay, and again, cut this ice in half. Now, that's great. But what happens if this D actually does escape and get over to the other side? Okay, she, for whatever reason, is able to skate over to this other side. Well, it's going to take a little bit of time, so F3 is going to come all the way over to the hash marks over here and become F2. F2 is going to skate to the top of the circles over here and become F3. D comes across, D comes across. Okay, so that again, we have... Oh, and then F1, you've gotten beat, so you're going to take a route from in front of the net in case that D decides to skate, decides to cut up in front of the net. You can then attack and then come back down and pressure. Okay. So again, we've got F1 down here on the ice, again trying to cut this in half. We have an F2 who's down at the hash marks, F3, and then our D had moved across. What if the puck gets wrapped around? This is where the 2-3 part comes in. This puck gets fired around the boards. Okay. obviously this forward isn't going to be able to get over there in time. So what happens? This D comes down the boards and attacks. F3, reading that the defenseman has come down, is going to skate over and become a defenseman. So again, FD. This defenseman comes across. F2 comes across and becomes F3. Okay, and F1 again is going to take kind of that route. Okay, because now she's here. F1 is now here. When this defenseman gets the puck, we're again in our triangle, right? So we've got puck, support, attack. She goes to the net. Okay, and this is a modified 2-3 because really in a 2-3, what you have is defenseman, a center, defenseman with two wings wreaking havoc down there, and the defenseman will kind of come down the boards, and the center will go across, depending on which side whichever side defenseman went down. Right. So it's similar to that. It's not really a 2-3, but it's similar in that we have a defenseman who's coming down the boards in the event of a wrapped puck. But again, in that wrapped puck scenario, puck comes around, D comes down the boards, forward comes over, becomes that FD. D comes across, F2 comes to the top of the circle, becomes F3, F1 takes that route. Okay? I hope that's clear. Listen, it's going to take a little while for you to get it straight, okay? It is. But when we get this straight, it's devastating. It is devastating to the other team. They can't get the puck out of the zone. And again, if a puck gets past one of you guys, then we just turn and we back check. And I need everyone to back check in the event the puck doesn't stay in the zone. But if we do this effectively, we'll be devastating. So we've covered a whole lot, and it's going to take a little while for it all to be absorbed and be executed properly. Again, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to ask questions. But by all means, you have to hustle. Okay. I expect maximum effort from my players. I will have supreme faith in you guys, and I honestly, I'm not going to jump on you for mistakes. I will never scream in your face. We'll get the board up. We'll correct it. As long as you give me effort, I've got your back. But I have problems if you don't skate. That's a problem to me. Okay. Couple things you're going to learn to read and react to what's happening on the ice. I want you guys to be creative in the offensive zone. I do not want robots, but I do want you to stay within the structure. Okay. Give and go, cycle, and you can tie them together. You know, you can start with a scissor cycle to a give and go, to another cycle. It doesn't matter. It's all about creating the scoring opportunities, which is done by creating time and space, and time and space is created by movement and communication. I want you guys to be obnoxiously loud on the ice. Okay, this is going to be the chattiest team you've ever had. I want you to talk, because if you guys are talking, you can correct mistakes in a hurry. You can recover for each other, but you have to be communicating. Okay, and we as coaches will be communicating to you again in a positive way. Not going to be screaming in the face of any girls, but we will get the board out often and sketch out what happened. Okay, and periodically, as we start getting video clips, we'll start not just drawing out this stuff, but we'll see it in game play, and the effective plays and then the ineffective plays, and kind of figure out what went wrong. Okay? Anyway, I'm so psyched. I cannot wait to start the season. I cannot wait to get you guys on the ice. So I hope to talk to you soon.